maybe more snow's on the way.
Yeah, so we are looking at, well, for some, yes, they are going to be seeing it late Sunday's the time to watch out for there.
Okay, Danny.
Yeah, but before we get to that, we do have something that we need to keep an eye on for, and that is going to be a freeze warning that's been issued once again. So it's going to be the same area we were talking about yesterday, and this is going to be taking effect tonight and lasting through early Saturday, with temperatures projected to drop down below 30 degrees. Now, we've talked about this before when it comes to areas like Nogales, Sierra Vista, Safford, Benson. You're not included just because the fact that you've already had temperatures quite a few times this season that have been underneath the freezing point. So here's going to be that other quick look outside, and as you can see, things are very cold at the top, but the wind's not too much of an issue yet. That's something else we're looking at that might actually come up a bit as we work our way into this weekend. Now, at least for tomorrow morning's lows, I do think they're going to be falling a little bit more than what we had earlier today. I'm looking at around 30 for areas like Midtown, 28 if you get towards the outside of town like Sahuarita, potentially the east side could get down to 28, and looking at Green Valley, that's going to be a spot that could be closer to about 26. All right, so as we look out a little bit further, you do see that Sells is expecting 31, and then you have both Sierra Vista and Nogales both looking at 28 degrees, so actually a little bit warmer than what you had earlier today, at least in those two areas. So what caused this was that first low we were tracking, and there's still potential for some light snow in areas like the White Mountains out there for later on this evening and throughout most of your Saturday. But the real system we're going to be tracking for us here is one that'll be passing us by on Sunday. Now, it does show some snow potential in areas like Tucson, but one thing I want to point out is that it's mainly going to be a mix of rain and snow if we see anything at all. And with this system, our rain totals are not projected to be all that high, anywhere between maybe a fifth inch of rain at most. You might have just a trace amounts in other spots. If you get lucky, I think a quarter of an inch is all you're going to be expecting throughout much of the area. So if Tucson gets anything, it's just going to be that mix of rain and snow you're looking at. We've backed up a little bit when it comes to the projected totals for areas like Mount Lemmon and the White Mountains, but still a lot more snow than what they've had with any other system so far, especially if Mount Lemmon can get up to about 4, maybe even 5. Now, as I mentioned, I do think it's going to be more of a mix for the city of Tucson, so that's kind of what we're expecting here. Snow closer towards the mountains on this side, but if you're really looking for the best snow chances, I want to highlight these areas in white for you. Spots like Tombstone, Sierra Vista, Wilcox. If the snow starts up on Sunday, it's going to be after sunset, obviously, say around 8 or 9 o'clock, but if we get anything here in Tucson at all, it's just going to be either a mix or some sleet, and that's going to be what we're looking at with that system. So over the next 10 days, still looking at the upper 50s for both Saturday and Sunday. Now Monday, very small chance for us to see that snow. As I mentioned, it's more of a mix, but look at the low temperatures here. I want you to pay more attention to that than the fact there could be some snow on Monday, because we are looking at lows to stay right around the freezing point all the way through the middle of next week. Your high temperature is going to get to around 60 to 62 at most, and another round of rain, Angelique, is going to be expected towards next weekend. It's still going to be chilly over the next 10 days, so I don't think there's any reason to put up that jacket anytime soon.